I'm here with my brother, aka Double Double FPV, who has never flown a 5-inch before because he's more used to flying these things, a 2.5-inch and a 3.5-inch. So before he builds his first quad, I want to give him the experience of a 5-inch freestyle quad for the first time, just like I did about a year ago, because that completely changed the way that I looked at how I build things.
It was scary, if I'm frankly honest. It's scary.
We're going to do this a little bit differently though, so let me just compare the specs of the two quads that we're going to try.
First up, we have the Nazgul XL5 Eco that I bought for an upcoming video. This is a budget ready-made bind and fly that costs just over $200. It has an analog VTX and it could be a good option for someone that doesn't fly 5-inch quads all that often or has never tried one before. We'll be comparing that with my Quadmula Siren F5 build. It's using a DJI O3 with a budget T-motor Velox stack and motors. This costs around $450 to build and is my go-to 5-inch freestyle quad. As the Nazgul Eco is an analog quad, we'll be using my brother's DJI Goggles V2 with an adapter and a SpeedyB receiver with the Menace Pico patch and periscope antenna. And we'll be using my DJI Goggles 2 for the Quadmula.
So as much as I want to let him loose with my Quadmula Siren F5 build first, we're going to actually take the Nazgul Eco up first, because if you destroy that, it's a cheap drone. And you've just sorted yourself out a pair of analog goggles as well. So we'll see how you feel with that. We'll test that out. Then we'll put you in the Quadmula, see how that feels. And then we'll get a sense from you on whether you still want to build one or you think that actually a $200 drone might just do what you need. Okay, so this is the first test of a 5-inch. This is the Nazgul Eco.
This is like resetting. Why does my goggles keeps like resetting? I think this is good, you know, like it keeps like... I don't know if I'm on the right channel, you know? How do I know if I'm on the right channel? Every time I press this button, it does a reset on the thing. I've disappeared now. Right. Oh shit. I'm not recording as well, by the way. You can hit record on the side of my goggles if you want. It's over there. You see it? Oh shit, it's very, I don't know if that's the wind, but it was very drifty. Right, I think the perspective is quite weird as well, I guess because of the analog, but... Oh, my fingers are like frozen. Someone needs to make like heated grips. I don't know, I haven't really tried like doing anything yet, really. I mean, it's a bit with that picture quality. Oh gosh, yeah, because I'm going a bit too far that way, I guess. It's flashing like, I guess some sort of warning, but it's just stars. So I can see the bottom. Whoa. The problem is I just not like, because of the image quality, I just don't feel so confident, I guess. Obviously I can see, yeah, I can see blobs. Yeah. So is that us there? Is that bags? Yeah. It's just quite hard to see, the problem. Bit close. Ooh, I feel like I'm going to fall over. I don't know how I feel about the camera angle, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if it kind of feels similar to the Smart 35, where it's just kind of a bit floaty. But maybe that's just 5-inch, I guess. Yeah. I don't know really, like, I think partly it's going to be because my rates, these aren't my rates, right? So like, I always find like the whole rolling never enough, like the default rates. Right. Well, how much do they go up to max? Okay. Oh, that's 3.6. Should I come back to 3.6? My hands are a bit frozen, I need to warm my fingers a bit.
So aside from being frozen, how did the 5-inch feel?
Floaty.
Did you like it?
It's a bit underwhelming, I think.
The 5 inches.
I don't know. I think so. I think it was a bit underwater. Well, yeah, I think it's just because I didn't really feel able to open up. Do you know what I mean? I felt a bit restricted. But part of the problem is, I think, is the analog camera, like not being able to see very much. I think that's what I think.
Not your flying, it's the analog camera.
Yeah, it's not my flying.
Got it.
Not my flying. No.
Does that give you a different sense of what it's like to fly a 5-inch?
I don't know. I don't know if it did really.
So I haven't flown this quad yet, so I'll give this a go now as well. Whilst he warms up, I'll take this up and then we'll take out the Quadmula Siren F5 and then see if the image quality makes that big a difference. That sounds like a big excuse, but you know.
So watching this footage back as I'm editing this, it looks like the camera lens isn't in focus in comparison to my brother's flight, but weirdly the DVR recording still looks better than what I was seeing in the goggles at the time, which was just a load of mush. If I had my HD0 goggles, maybe that would have made a difference in what I was seeing, I'm not entirely sure. So perhaps this isn't a fair comparison, and I'll do some more testing with this quad in the near future and give you my full thoughts on it. For now, all you need to know is that I ended this flight early because it's far too risky to fly with this image given the amount of people passing through the fields that day. So let's get back to the video.
Okay, so not the pilot, that was scary as shit. I've flown analog in Tiny Whoops, but that was my first time flying it with the 5-inch, and I couldn't tell the difference between what was a tree, what was a person, and then I think there was another part where you were saying there was a dog. But I thought that was a dog, and it turns out that was a tree, but it was in the distance a little bit. But after a really scary experience with analog, we're going to try this with my Quadmula build with the DJI O3, and maybe this will be your first 5-inch.
Shoulder button, like that. Oh, that's better. Oh, wow, that's better. I can see. I can see! Although, my left eye is a bit funny. That feels much more freeing. I don't know, I mean, it partly was the camera. Yeah, partly the camera. Partly the camera angle as well, probably, to be fair.
Can you fly lower?
Can I fly lower? Fly as low as you want, baby.
2 dog walkers behind us.
Yeah, I'm much more comfortable with this. Like, it's so much easier just being able to see. You know what I mean? Like, just from a confidence point of view, like, oh shit, that wind is. But.
Bring it up over the tree.
What's that beep?
Got a number of dogs behind us over that side.
Yeah, it is quite fun actually. Just ripping around everywhere. I mean, because to be fair, like as much as I like the freestyle stuff, like I just like flying around. And that window, oh, orbiting's quite a bit easier in it. Oh shit.
You're having fun with it now.
Yeah, I'm having a bit more fun. Yeah, just that fling power is pretty cool actually. And being able to go a bit further without losing all your video signal as well, that's freeing. The problem is, like, my rates, I usually have them at least, yeah, I'm at least like 900 usually. At least 900 usually. Degrees per second, like max rate. Oh, where are we?
Or a Rubik's Cube by 5-inch.
Well, I got halfway and I forgot how to do it. Is it is it roll first? It's roll first, isn't it?
Pitch, roll, pitch.
Whoa, shit. Are you sure? Oh, it is pitch, roll, pitch, isn't it? I was rolling first, I swear. I was doing it the other way around, half a roll, then flips.
it feel easier though?
It does actually feel quite a lot easier. Judging, like, stopping it, like, well, it might be because your rates are slower, but it could be, yeah, it could be kind of your rates are slower. It might be because I've been doing the little one, the little drone as well, to be honest. Yeah, so I don't know what all the fuss is about, really. Fly it in my backyard. Fly it in my backyard.
Okay, so that was your first flight of a 5-inch. How did that feel?
Piece of cake.
But so do you prefer it to the 3.5-inch?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Well, yeah, in these big areas, definitely, yeah. But the 3.5-inch is good, like, in the smaller area, I think.
What was better about the 5-inch? For those people that have never flown a 5-inch before.
What was better about the 5-inch? I think just the raw power, like flipping the throttle as you go over the trees and the amount of fling you get out of it. And just, yeah, it's just nice.
And explain fling for people that don't understand.
Fling. With just the momentum that carries you over, as you know, if you flip the throttle and then you let go of the throttle and then you carry on going, right?
So out of the two quads, do you prefer the Quadmula build, or would you go with the Eco one?
Well, the Quadmula obviously wins that one, but I mean, how much? If you put an 03 in is it the Nazgul?
Nazgul Eco, yeah.
If you put the 03 in the Nazgul, I don't know, we might have a different. I don't know. We should try that.
Okay, so maybe we'll put an 03 in the Nazgul Eco, and then see how that feels. Maybe in the future.
Yeah, it definitely felt very tame, shall we say? Tame.
Well, like it was holding you back.
Well, yeah, it was just a bit kind of, I don't know, like a bit saloonish.
So, like relaxed.
Yeah.
Like
Mondeo.
Like a Mondeo, as opposed to.
Mondeo.
So, what did the other one feel? What did my build feel like? I haven't paid him to say this, by the way.
I don't know. I felt a bit probably more like a Mustang type. I guess if you're going for Ford analogies, yeah.
Think about the budget. So that Nazgul Eco is $200. The Quadmula Siren F5, altogether that build is about $450. Is it still worth it?
I guess if you consider the A3 is probably what 180 of that as well. Yeah, build your own. Build your own.
You heard it here first. Build your own. Build your own 5-inch.
Yeah,
okay.
build your own.
Okay, so you heard it here. My build is much better. I haven't paid him to say this. I wouldn't be offended if you didn't like it, but I'm glad you did. So although that was scary on analog, I do have a video coming up about analog where I'm going to try and make the analog picture as good as possible. So subscribe for more, and we'll see you in that video soon. Bye. How did you find analog?
It was scary, if I'm frankly honest. It's scary. It's crazy how much difference it makes being able to see us and just in confidence of flying and, you know, being able to see what you might fly into. But
so what do you want to say to all those analog pilots out there? They'll come for you in the comments.
I don't know. Well, they don't fly near people, I guess, so it doesn't matter. But I don't know. Maybe if I got better, I'd change my mind, right? But as a noob, yeah, fly digital.